I've been retired 7 years. And let me tell you this, no matter how many AARP magazines you read, no matter how many YouTube retirement videos you watch, there are some things you're just not going to understand until you actually retire. There are two lessons I want to share with you, things that nobody warned me about retirement. Hi, I'm Jean, and this is Ed the Explorer, my mascot in travels and in life. Nobody warned me there wouldn't be a financial playbook for what to do in retirement. Of course, I knew to save as much as I could before retirement, but then when I retired, nobody told me how to manage my money afterwards. I didn't know how much I could safely take out of my 401k every year. When should I take Social Security? Should I do a Roth conversion? Because after you retire, there is no paycheck getting deposited in your checking account. There are no annual raises. There are no bonuses. There are no chances for a promotion. And your attitude about money changes when that paycheck stops. I realized that I had spent 32 years saving up this money, and now what I have saved is going to have to last me for the next 32 years and longer, we hope. That really is a very different feeling from when you have a paycheck hitting your checking account every couple of weeks. Now, if I want to take an amazing trip, I may have to decide to cut back somewhere else. It's either spend less or try to earn more in a creative way, because your girl is not going back to a full-time job. Retirement doesn't mean you stop living life, of course. It just means you have to have a different mindset about how you're going to fund your lifestyle. Soon after I retired, I had the opportunity to work with a financial planner, and she gave me a basic plan, but anything more than that was going to cost money, and I decided I would rather spend that money training myself how to manage my own finances. So that's what I did. But there's no shame if you want to hire a financial planner. I know my parents used a trusted financial advisor, and my sister does also. Just do whatever works best for you. One more thing I will encourage you to do: don't let money become a taboo subject. Talk about it with those friends who are willing to share, because you can learn from each other's experiences. Retirement gave me a lot of freedom, but it's not without responsibilities. I had to learn how to manage my money. That was one challenge. And the other challenge came in how I connect with people. Nobody warned me I would have to start a brand new social life while you're still working. You have a built in work community. Even if you're on Zoom, there's still people that you'll catch up with before a meeting. You'll ask, how was your weekend? You have people to vent with if something goes wrong, or to be happy with when you're having a great day. Retirement changes all that. Those automatic interactions don't happen by themselves anymore. You have to make an effort to stay in touch with people. Nobody's waiting to hear how your weekend went, or you might no longer get those spontaneous lunch invitations. No more built-in coworkers that you sat next to for years and you might have shared your whole life with them. And even though they live nearby, you don't see them anymore. The social structure of work disappears overnight. Now, I am lucky that I have been able to stay in touch with quite a few of the people I worked with, but it doesn't happen so easily anymore. I had to become much more intentional about making and keeping friends. I joined the meetup groups. I accepted invitations to go dancing. I went to places where it was possible that I could make new friends. Sometimes I had to go to these groups and I had to be the one to walk up to a stranger and say, "Hi, I'm Jean. Mind if I join you?" And that's not easy for me. It's awkward. But that's what you have to do in retirement. At work, people might have dropped into your life by accident. But in retirement, you have to purposely go out and seek friends. Today, my social life looks a little bit different than it did when I was working. Luckily, I joined Toastmasters before I retired, and I am still a part of that group today. I also do volunteer legal work for a theater and dance company, and I've met wonderful friends there, and I love going to their events. I now make it a point of staying in touch with my friends, making lunch or dinner dates, going to museums or shows. I've also met incredible people through my travels, and even this YouTube channel has helped me meet new viewers that I might not have met otherwise. What I eventually realized is that retirement did not take away my social life, it just changed how I built it. Looking back on these 7 years of retirement, I realized that nobody could have warned me about these two things. It's the kind of experience that you just have to live through it. You're not going to know how to do it until you're actually there living in that retirement space. But I have learned these things. I've learned how to manage my own money. I've made and kept new friends. And you too will be able to do the same. Retirement has turned out to be everything I hoped it would be. Now, I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment and let me know what surprised you in retirement. What was something you learned that nobody could have warned you about? Or if you're not retired yet, tell me something you're wondering about retirement. I would love to read and respond to your comments. If you like my channel, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.